Hey you beautiful people, welcome back to a new video on our channel Read Travel Become. In this video, I'm going to recommend some very cozy warm reads. You would feel like a warm hug, a warm blanket, your favorite coffee, your favorite hot chocolate while reading these books. Such absolute delight of reading words written by beautiful humans. All of these books, you pick up any of these books, I guarantee you would feel very good. You'll have a very good time and you will feel nice about the day that you're having that day. And all of these books are, by the way, very easy to read. None of them are complex books. Yeah, so make sure you watch the video till the end. You may never know which thought or fact may resonate with you and change the course of your life. So let's get started. The first warm cozy read that you can read is actually a Japanese book, and I've realized a lot of Japanese literature is so simple, profound. They involve like animals, cute stuff, coffee, all of these feel good, they have a very feel good vibe. This book is exactly that. The book is called The Traveling Cat Chronicles. It is written by Hiro Arikawa. This book, you have to read it if you're a pet lover, by the way, especially if you have a cat or a dog. You have to read it. This book is, at its core, it's a very simple story about a young businessman and his cat and how these two take a journey across Japan. It's basically a silver van and they just take a road trip, and I don't want to spoil it a lot out for you because you want to look forward to what happens in the story. But very feel good, very nicely written, beautifully written. It's a delight to watch it. And the landscape of Japan, I felt, was very nice. You get to learn a lot about their culture, how they talk, the little mannerisms. It's a very visual book. It'll make you see very beautiful things in Japan. So yeah, very good read. Absolutely delightful and heartwarming. The next book on the list is a recent release. A lot of you asked me to review this book, and I was genuinely very excited to read the latest from Frederick Bachman, who has written A Man Called Ove and Anxious People, all of the other books, Bear Town series and everything. I love that guy. One of the best Swedish writers. Very funny, very human-like, very touching. Like, these are the characteristics that you read any of Frederick Bachman's books, you would feel that. But I feel the latest book, which is called My Friends, topped everything. I loved it more than A Man Called Ove, by the way. It's beautiful. It's absolutely what you expect from a Frederick Bachman novel. So I was actually looking forward to this book a lot, and generally what happens is when you have such high expectations, sometimes it doesn't delight you as much. That happened with me with Matt Haig, who had written A Midnight Library, and recently he came up with the book called The Life Impossible, which I didn't really like much because my hopes were just so sky high that it did not match. But Frederick Bachman proved me wrong. My Friends was a genuine delight to read. All the characters are very similar. Like, you could feel that it's going there. It's becoming a Frederick Bachman novel. It becomes emotional at times, it becomes funny at times, and just very simple plots. It's about a painting, by the way, a painting painted by the peer of some friends, and there's water body. It's like nice sunshine, reminds me of you of good old times with your friends. It's very heavy on your childhood friendship. Beautiful characters. There's a central girl who's talked about a lot, which I don't want to spoil again. Lots of interesting thing happens with this girl. The guy who has painted this particular painting, the girl gets intertwined with this painting, and what happens next follows the plot of the novel. Don't read it for the plot, read it for the absolute journey that these characters take, and written again in a very Frederick Bachman style. So yeah, I would fully recommend reading My Friends by Frederick Bachman. Absolute banger of a book. The next book on this list is 84 Charing Cross Road by Helene Half. Again, it's a very small book. I don't think it's like 150 pages. I don't remember, but very small book. It's actually a conversation. It's an exchange of letters, real life letters, between a New York writer and a London-based bookseller. So these two people are talking to each other through letters, and these are actual letters. They have been curated for like the book. If you are a book lover, you have to read this book. You have to understand how words can communicate, how much you love reading, how much you love the whole collection of words trying to convey a meaning which is deeper than what you can ever feel. So that is exactly conveyed by this book. A very nice feel-good read. It's humorous as well. It's like got these quirks. It's very British in nature. It's like a British humor, but you would have a very good time reading this book. It's definitely a one-stop read. Like, you can just start reading it and finish it in one sitting. But yeah, I would highly recommend you guys reading it if you have not. Small to read, easy to digest, and very feel good. The next book on the list is a popular one. Actually, it's the first part of a many-part series, The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. Very popular. I don't need to talk about it a lot. It's about a guy who visits a magical island who has some special children who can do magic. If I have to just put it like very succinctly, it will be like a modern fairy tale for adults. That's how feel good that is. Like, although you are reading it not as a child, but it's got that childlike innocence and like good characters and feel good like children around it. So very very good novel. I haven't read the further parts, by the way. If you have read them, let me know in the comment section how they are. But again, very feel good. It's got a nice pictures, fairy tale kind of a vibe. So yeah, highly recommend. The next book on the list is Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe by Fanny Flagg. It's a story about two women. One of the women is telling a story to the other, and it's got a very southern charm, Southern American charm. So it's based around a place, Whistle Stop in Alabama, which is like Southern America. Because I've been to southern states, I've traveled, so I really really related with the feel good vibes of like the southern charm. Again, very feel good, reminded me of Tuesdays with Maury, but not as heavy, definitely, but very feel good. Again, delightful characters, delightful. So there are some writers who basically, they don't have to like have a very central focal point, a central conflict to make you hooked to the story. Sometimes they just write so simply, sometimes they just write so stripped out of everything that you just get introduced to their world, and you start looking at those characters like you know every one of them, right? So Ruskin Bond is one such writer, Bill Hayes is one such writer who just writes so simple, but it's so beautiful and so profound. So this book is again very very right there. It fits in this category of stripped down of all the external words and all the external philosophies that they want to use to tell you something. They just tell it right away, straight in your face, and it's just simple. Sudha Murthy again writes, that reminds me, in a very similar way. There's a book called A Movable Feast by Ernest Hemingway, which also is a very similar vibe. So yeah, this book is again very highly delightful, I would say. Am I using the word delightful a lot? Okay, but yeah, feel good and a ball of joy, if I use it that way. So thank you so much for watching this video. That was my list. Please let me know in the comment section what books you feel are feel good. And yeah, lots of interesting videos are lined up. Stay tuned with the channel. That's all for this video. See you in the next one. Bye bye.